Hello, this is episode number 20. Can you believe we made it to 20? That's crazy. So this week's episode was about confidence, and the therapeutic art prompt was to create a mirror, just the frame, and then I just used a collage book, but you can draw this, you can print one off the internet, whatever you want to do. And then inside of the mirror, put all the things, symbols, words, ideas that come up for you when you are looking in the mirror as your confident self. Like, how does your confident self see you? And this was an interesting exercise because I think most of us have been conditioned to not be too prideful or like be arrogant. So coming up with like a big list of words, which is what I felt like doing today. So I did that. I didn't use symbols or anything, but like I said, do it however you want. But coming up with these things, like how would my confident self see me? Normally that would be more difficult, but from that perspective, it was really interesting because it was like, oh, this is from my confident self, not me. I mean, I do feel confident, but you know, like it just gave me permission to think those things about myself and recognize my strengths. So yeah, that was really good. I'll be curious to see how it was for you. There's two reflection questions. Number one is, how did it feel to see yourself this way? And like I said, sometimes it's hard to write good things about myself or list all the things I like about myself, but it was coming from my confident self, so it's easier to give myself permission to come up with those things. I said myself a lot in that sentence. And then number two is, what would change in your life if you looked in the mirror and saw this version of yourself every day? And I love this question. I feel like I'm a lot more confident than I used to be. So I am living more into this version of myself than I ever have been. And I was thinking about why. So much of it came for me when I stopped asking, what am I supposed to do versus what do I want for myself? And when I was able to honestly answer that question and then be authentic, I talk about that in the podcast, that being authentic is a big part of confidence because you're living your most real version of yourself. And then also being able to show up that way in the world, be brave enough to express that version of you and let people think what they're going to think about you, just has really helped me a lot in doing that. So I hope this is an interesting exercise for you guys. Let me see your mirrors that you make. Like I said, mine is pretty simple. I just go with what I feel like doing, and I felt like doing it simple today. So however you want to do it, that is the beauty of therapeutic art, is going with your first impulse and just letting it be what it is. So, okay, love you guys. Bye.